most of my team members are all second-year Rotman MBA graduates, and we have just graduated last month. And this is kind of our last project that we are engaging in. So we're excited about it. And it's a great feeling. So yeah, I mean, coming back from a platform perspective, I think the role of Suntech is very crucial in this entire initiative. And the platform will not only allow operational efficiency, but because of the increased data sharing in the entire value chain, it will increase transparency among the various stakeholders. And then, first of all, speaking from Suntech's perspective, like what's in it for them? So I think for them, the incentives are quite clear. This is a new market that they can enter into. They can leverage on their past expertise in financial services and telecom softwares and develop expertise in a completely new domain. This can, from a business sense, it also helps them improve their overall business diversification profile and improve their overall business profile by reducing uncertainties in the business. So for them, I think the incentives are very clear from a business sense. Now, I think one of the first tasks that Suntech might have to do would be to explain the value add of this platform to the various other stakeholders. So, for instance, from a government perspective, I think Robin mentioned a lot of good points, but it could be more about increased optimization of social welfare by reallocating the existing food waste to like food banks or various other food reduction waste initiatives. So that would be like a value add because of this platform to the government. From a manufacturer perspective, it could further help them optimize their production patterns, as was discussed previously, because now they are having this access to increased data. They can study the patterns and they can reduce a lot of wastage that is being returned to them from the retailers. And then finally, from a retailer's perspective, because a big market is also from the small and medium enterprises, this platform will allow them access to new data, and they can further enter into a new market entirely because of this. And then achieving this particular objective would come with its own challenges, in the sense that first of all the stakeholders need to build the trust among themselves. That is the first key challenge to make this initiative entirely successful. And then another factor could be to also take into account the integration of the existing infrastructure and the softwares that retailers and manufacturers are using, and take that into account while developing the platform, so that it's easy to integrate the existing data and the existing platform with this particular new platform. So those would be like kind of certain steps that Suntech might have to engage into to make this entire initiative successful.
There's one very important thing you're missing, which Suntech can benefit from. In 2015, all the countries in the world signed something called Sustainable Development Goals. An important part of the Sustainable Development Goals is that, I think it's on point number 2 out of the 17, it's about hunger. It's not just hunger, actually it's food wastage. And once you adopt this platform, there's actually a huge market that all the countries in the world need to be able to reduce their food wastage, for which they need this platform, right? So in fact, and in this part of the world, they don't have such technology. So there is actually a huge market for you here. And all the governments in the Middle East, especially the GCC, are working on how to deal with this particular issue, because their initial perception was, well, the UN has said no hunger, we don't have hunger in this country. But last July, they published a report card, and the UAE failed on 8 out of 17 points. And they failed on hunger, because their perception of what hunger was wrong. It's also about food wastage, right? So now they've realized, actually, no, we need more initiatives. And all the GCC countries failed in this. In fact, all the regional governments failed in this. Right? So here, for you, it's a huge market.
I just wanted to add one thing. I mean, during the last 3 months, and especially yesterday, one of the key things that we heard was, in the end of the day, all this initiative it's extremely beneficial for all parties involved. But I mean, one key component in everyone's mind, for all stakeholders, is how does this impact my bottom line? And I think that the problem is that incorrect sense that any initiative that involves sharing information is a zero-sum game. And when that's not necessarily the case. I mean, the ability to share information, to gain trust, not only can improve bottom line, it expands the pie and has huge social benefits. And I think that one of this initiatives such as this, where you can reallocate excess inventory to either exporting it to countries that need it, or even reallocating it to food banks, is an example of how everyone has to gain. And one key factor is just to show everyone how what the clear benefits are, be it social or even financial. I just want to go ahead.
Yeah. Really brings us to the end of our discussion. And what we really wanted to drive home here, and the message that we were really trying to send through the work that we were doing, is that there really is an opportunity here, an opportunity for innovation, an opportunity to sort of take advantage of the changes through disruption, through data in this industry that will really allow it to grow, to expand, to become a leader in the region, to really have a significant impact. And the idea was to find a way to align the incentives of all of the different stakeholders, right? And it's only in aligning their priorities and having them understand the importance of data sharing, as Tony mentioned, that really this will be able to come to the next level. And so thank you so much for joining us. The Rotman School of Management was so pleased to be working on this project. We all enjoyed it a lot.